And welcome to the Prep Zone tonight. We are here at Rebel Stadium here as Pine Prairie travels to take on Pearl River. Grant Yenny up here with Bill Gallagher in the press box. And Bill, it's a wet one out there.
Yes, it is. These are two teams that we expect to probably plan on running the ball a great deal this evening to begin with, and I think that the weather is going to assure that that's going to be what we see tonight.
And Pearl River has had a lot of success running the ball so far this season in the first two games with their running back Courtney Moore.
Yes, they have. Moore has carried the load for the Rebels. He's the second leading rusher on the North Shore and number 6 overall in the metro area. He's carried 40 times for 305 yards, almost 8 yards a carry and 5 touchdowns.
So we are getting ready to get this underway as Hunter Martinson to kick off for the Rebels. And kick is underway. We are underway. Ball is touched and lost as it rolls into the end zone for the touchback. That was J.J. Sims that would have received it there and allowed it to go through his hands and into the end zone.
Pearl River's got to be pleased with that to start the game off with the touchback, especially under these conditions. A lot of things can go wrong that make a big difference in the kicking game early on. So Coach Lab's probably pleased to be starting with them backed up a little bit.
And now Pine Prairie, we know they run the ball a lot as well. We've seen in an interview doing game prep that Coach Eves Prince likes to run the ball behind his big lineman down there.
Yeah, and you know, they had a long ride getting down here, and that's what they're going to need more of for tonight. They're going to need long drives tonight to try and keep Courtney Moore off of the field as much as they can, and that'll be the best way to stop the Rebel offense.
And under center, B.J. Ardoin for Pine Prairie on 1st and 10. He'll hand off to J.J. Sims coming over right side. He has a lot of room to run, and he's brought down after crossing the 50, but the ball's on the ground.
Number 10, which is Martinson.
And it is
does pick up a nice gain.
A good pickup there for Sims.
Yeah, Ethan Martinson saved the touchdown right there with the tackle from his safety position.
For the first down, I do believe.
Sims got outside, and it looked like he was going to score there.
That brings up 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 39-yard line. Ardoin under center. They're running that wishbone formation.
All right, Panthers to the line. Rebels digging in.
Ardoin takes the snap, hands off to the big fullback, number 33, Clint Grozer.
Ross right side, stopped initially by
Rudy Crawford was also in on that tackle with a couple of others for the Rebels.
That'll bring up about 2nd and 6 for the Panthers. As B.J. Ardoin calls in the play for his team, 11-16 here in the first. Lining up in that wishbone formation, which, you know, these days we see the finesse of the spread offense. Wishbone isn't seen very much, and it's pitched out to Shadrick. And he'll be brought down by number 70, Ray Godan, the 5'10", 200-pound defensive lineman.
So 3 plays, 3 handoffs for the Panthers thus far. They're moving the ball pretty effectively to start things off here against this Pearl River defense.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line for the Panthers. And in between plays, B.J. Ardoin is running over to the sideline to get the play from Coach Prince.
Yeah, you don't see that too often nowadays. You see most of the time receivers running the play in and out.
Ardoin under center. He will hand it off to Sims coming near side, and he'll be brought down by number 40, Rudy Crawford.
Crawford actually had some good penetration on that play. Wrapped up in the backfield, but hard running right there by the Panthers, carried them for a couple extra yards.
So second and about 7 for the Panthers.
Right now, 2nd down, long 7, short 8.
Ardoin calling for the snap. He'll hand off Shadrick, left side, taking it off the tight end over on that left side. And he'll be brought down by number 4, A.J. Muntz.
Number 40, Rudy Crawford, did a nice job on that play again as well. He didn't make the tackle, but on the outside right there, he made the running back turn back in, kept him from getting outside and reaching the corner, which is what killed the Rebels on that opening play of this drive.
So 3rd down.
3rd down and 3rd and 3 for the Panthers.
About 3 yards to go.
as they've driven down the field. This started at their own 20-yard line, this drive. They'll hand off Shadrick once again over
Shadrick
left side,
once
and not
again.
much
Does
doing
side to left
on
side.
that one.
Looks
He'll be
like
brought
he may
down
be short of
by
the
number
first down.
52,
Look there, about a
Byron
3
Holmes.
yard short.
And that's a nice job by the Rebel defense there. You can see the Panthers are overloading that left side. They've got 4 linemen over there, and not really hiding the fact they're going to line up and run behind that group.
That brings up 4th and short. The Panthers say, you know what, we are going to go for it on 4th down.
Might be time to get that
with the ball
defensive stand going there, folks.
At their own 15, or excuse me, at the Pearl River 15. Wishbone formation, hand off the big fullback, and he will get the yardage he needs and then some for the first down for the Panthers.
That's number 33, I believe, is on the carry.
And he's brought down over there by Cameron Hart along with Rudy Crawford.
Rebels are going to have to figure out a way to plug up some of these holes here and load the box up a little bit more, because Pine Prairie is not disguising what they're doing. They're just lining up and smash mouthing right at the Rebels.
Absolutely. This is offense that we see in, like, you know, Pelican Park. And here goes J.J. Sims over right side.
I think that looked like it was probably ground cause. I don't know if he got it.
It looks like he'll be down just short of the goal line.
I don't believe that's no touchdown. Yes,
that'll bring up.
It was a score, folks.
Well, they're marking it at the 3-yard line.
One said yes, one said no.
So he was brought down shorter than we thought, and they'll go.
Oh
no, they called it a touchdown, so they're going up for the extra point. Yeah, they didn't. The refs did not put their hands up to call it a touchdown. So on to attempt the extra point, it's McCauley. That one goes way up there, and the extra point is no good. But with 8 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, the Pine Prairie Panthers lead 6-0. Dupuis to kick it off after the Pine Prairie touchdown. Doth and Alexander back to receive it. It'll be Alexander, and the ball's on the ground. Picks it back up, and he's still on his feet, running back to the middle before being brought down there by number 33, Clint Grazer.
No, and Alexander had some room to run there on that short kick. If he would have been able to field it cleanly, he might have been able to pick up some real positive yards and put the Rebels in a little bit better field position. As it stands, they're about to take over just across the 20-yard line.
And after that near 4-minute drive from Pine Prairie, we'll get our first look at the Rebel offense.
No surprise who's in the backfield for them.
And Ricky Jessup at quarterback. He's rolling out, and they'll pass for their first play. It's caught.
And the pass is complete.
Over there.
Looks like out of 33 is
by
Stoddard.
Austin Stoddard, the 5'9", 170-pound running back.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like the fact they come out throwing the ball, a nice, easy, quick pass right there. Get some confidence for your young quarterback.
For sure, 2nd and 5. As Jessup awaits the play call from the sideline, and you see they have Doth lined up wide out near the sideline over there. But they'll hand it off to Wiedemann.
Ball's out.
And he fumbles it, awaiting the call. And that brings up 3rd down after a gain of about 2.
That one, folks. Getting off the bottom of the pile up there is number 72, Trevor Fairchild.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 3. No. There it goes. Yeah, about 3rd and 2 for the Pearl River offense.
Well, that fumble actually advanced the ball about 3 yards for him right there. So fortuitous bounce right there for the Rebels. Sets them up with a 3rd and short. 3rd and short, and we haven't seen Mr. Moore get the ball yet.
We haven't. Their leading rusher. Jessup calling for it. And there we see Moore running with it.
Moore
being bottled up
right past the 35-yard line.
by Gaten Shadrick. But he gets the first down for the Pearl River offense.
First down for the Rebels. We'll move
well, you know, I think it's probably important what Coach Lab is doing right here is Pine Prairie is probably keyed in solely on Courtney Moore, and they're showing some flexibility in the offense early on by spreading the ball around a pass and then a running play not to Courtney Moore just prior to that play.
Before giving it to him for the gain and the first down. And this time it'll go to Matthew Elsenson. Elsenson gets a short gain.
Nelsonson's one of those guys that we'll see do exactly that, spell more, and then he'll also play on defense.
And we have a yellow hanky on the field.
Looks like it's against the Rebels.
Awaiting the call from the white hat. Illegal shift is called on the Rebels, so that'll back them up.
5 yards. Just a little bit more room to work.
5 yards, it'll bring up 1st and 15. But with these teams running the ball, we're already 6:45 remaining here in the first.
Halfway.
Jessup calls for it. He'll hand it off up the middle to Moore. Moore will gain about 2 on the play.
4 guys right there taking Moore down. So as we kind of alluded to earlier, you know that's where Pine Prairie is keying. So I think it's going to be important as the game wears on for Pearl River to be able to continue to kind of spread the ball around, whether it's short passes or mixing different people in the running game. Because I think Pine Prairie's decided they're gonna not let Moore hurt them.
And they're the hard count. They get
flag on the play. Looks like they'll have a little movement by the defense.
They get the Colby Leggett to jump off sides for Pine Prairie, so that'll get them an extra 5 yards
get that
on
penalty
2nd
back.
down.
So still play 2nd down.
Well, and the spot's very deceiving for us from here because it looks like
Mr. Olin
the down box is a little bit farther up.
It does.
The offensive linemen as we go along tonight, folks. Some of the workhorses of the Rebel program.
Jessup will call for it under center. He'll hand off. We'll go to Stoddard going right side before being brought down for no gain. Bring up another 3rd down for this Pearl River offense.
So that's the 2nd carry we've seen for Stoddard over the right side. The first time was the fumble that he got a good bounce on. So it looks like Moore off tackle, and Stoddard is going to be the guy they try and run outside, get around that corner.
3rd and 9 for the Pearl River offense. And they go Jessup. Well, it's looking, Jessup's in the gun.
Yeah, it's first 3rd and long we've seen here for the Rebels.
Moore to his right, Jessup looking left side, throws it out, and it's well short of intended target Al Doth, their leading receiver.
Yeah, he had Doth and number 6, Jacob Gudeman. Both were open on that play. Gudeman on the outside right there.
So 4th down, we'll see the Rebels punt.
Right, folks,
and we'll have a heat and humidity break. So with 5:13 remaining in the first, Pine Prairie leads 6-0. All right, so after the heat and humidity break, Doth in the snap back to Alexander to punt it away. Doth, it's high, but gets back to Alexander. Alexander gets a spiraling punt away, and it will go back and be downed about the 29-yard line.
30-yard line.
That's, again, for the weather conditions, that's a nice job in the kicking game right there for Pearl River.
And that was kind of the concerns when we were watching warm-ups. We knew that the teams would try and keep it on the ground, running it, but when it came to snapping and handling the ball on punts and field goals, that's where it kind of looked like it could be a struggle, but that was fielded pretty cleanly.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, you know, it wasn't a booming kick. It was about a 30-yard kick, but that's better than, you know, a botch snap or something that goes off of his foot and goes 8 yards. You know, you at least put them back on the other side of the field.
It's 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. And Grozer will take this one. Oh, that is Sims going up the middle. He loses it, and it is recovered by the Rebels by Billy Crawford.
And the Rebels
you know what? They went back to the well right there, and good job by the Rebels to punch that ball out. I think that we knew coming into the game that was going to be something you just talked about, you know, handling snaps and things like that. There's going to be some turnovers tonight. I don't think that we thought that this would be a clean game just strictly because of the weather conditions. So let's see if the Rebels can take advantage here.
Jessup to take, and we have a timeout called by the Pine Prairie Panthers. So with 4:50 after the Pine Prairie timeout, you have Moore and Bosch in the backfield for Pearl River, and they'll hand it off up to, that's number 25, taking it right side. 25 is Matthew Elsonson taking it right side between the center and the guard, or the guard and the tackle there.
Yeah, we talked about Elsonson early on. He plays both ways, and he does a great job of spelling more. Honestly, more than spelling. I mean, he does a great job kind of, and he has a knack for the ball. Big plays on defense.
And they go Courtney Moore here. He will get the first down and still on his feet before being brought down by a load of Panthers there, including number 2, Darnell Durgan, a junior for the Pine Prairie Panther squad.
Yeah, and that balance is what we were talking about. It's going to be
Ladies and
important
gentlemen, that's the
for
first down.
the Rebels.
It's first down for the Rebel offense. Started this drive with good field position following that fumble. It's still raining here at Pearl River. It's expected to rain well into the night. 4 minutes remaining here in the first. Handoff to they go Moore left side this time before being brought down by Durgan once again.
Yeah, now Pearl River, while they spread the ball around a little bit on that first drive, they're getting behind this big offensive line now, and they're doing what Pine Prairie did on their initial drive, and they're just pounding the football.
And right, we saw a lot of passing in that first drive. Now they're sticking to typical Rebel football.
Yeah, I mean, and they're picking up 6, 7, 8 yards a pop. So, it's second and short here. That's where they want to be.
2nd and 4 following the Moore carry. Bosch, Moore, and Elsonson in the backfield with Jessup. Jessup will hand off to Elsonson, coming left side before being brought down by number 13, Gayton Shadrick.
And that's another pickup of, maybe only 2, but again, now the Rebels are looking at 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 9 from the previous possession, which is, their offense is not catered to handle 3rd and 9s. 3rd and 1, the coach is going to take that every time.
3rd and 1, Jessup trying to draw the Panther defense off with the hard count. Back under, takes the snap. He'll sneak it himself, going up, and he will get that first down and then some before being wrestled down by Durgan and J.J. Sims.
Yeah, J.J. Sims came in really quickly right there, tried to make an athletic play and strip the ball away from Jessup. Jessup did a good job to hold it. That's another thing we talk about. When you get a lot of hands and helmets in there on that football, it's way, way slippery than you may think. You know it's slippery out there in the wet, but you just don't realize how tough it is for that quarterback to hold on to the ball with 3 and 4 sets of hands in there.
And you're seeing every time they're getting wrapped up and going down, you see a puddle of water splash up from the field.
Yeah, it didn't just start raining here. It's been raining for several hours, and it's been raining hard. It is very, very wet down there on that field.
Jessup takes the snap. Here goes Moore exploding through the line, running over Durgan before being brought down by J.J. Sims after a good gain of about 7 yards.
Yeah, and Moore does what really good running backs do, and that is he takes short, choppy steps, and he keeps moving his feet. First contact, he's not a huge kid, but first contact does not normally bring him down, and it's not because he's big, it's because he runs smart. He gets down low, he squares his shoulder pads, and he moves those feet, short, choppy steps, and he's carrying guys with him.
Yeah, Moore 5'9", 180.
8-yard line.
And a stocky 5'9", 180. So 2nd and 3, Jessup. Motion coming, Jessup will hand it off Moore straight up the middle, and Moore will score for the Rebels. His 6th touchdown of the season.
Wow. Well, they have spread the ball around, but when it's crunch time, they're putting the ball in Moore's hands, and he's getting it done for him as he's done all year. So that's going to make the Rebels feel a little bit better about where they are now. They've answered that initial drive by the Panthers to tie this one up.
That big offensive line opened up quite a hole for him to hit.
And, and we're going to see, we talked about, you mentioned earlier, the offensive and defensive line for Pine Prairie. A lot of guys are playing both ways. This is going to be something that'll be key to keep an eye on.
Martinson, extra point up. And it's good. So with 1:28 remaining here in the first quarter, Pearl River takes the lead 7-6. Martinson to kick it off following the Rebel touchdown. Kicking it off downfield, Sims and Malvo back deep. Sims will fall on it. And down him. Well, that was an error. They are down deep in their own territory.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, I keep talking about it. The kicking game, good or bad, is going to be a major player tonight with the weather. And right now, you know, it's 7-6. Pearl River's winning, but Pearl River's winning the kicking game right now. You know, they've had a clean punt when they needed to punt. They made their extra point, and they've had a touchback on the opening kickoff. And now, you know, Pine Prairie is operating from the 3-yard line.
Right, well inside the 5.
See if they can keep Pine Prairie from popping that big one here.
This size matchup between the offensive and defensive line is impressive, and they hand it off to Clint Grazer, left side. And he'll be brought down by Zach Ussery.
Ussery is initially on the stop out there for the Rebels.
Ussery's 6 foot, 165-pound D lineman for the Rebels.
Yeah, you got an active defensive line right there, and you're right, the matchup that we're keeping an eye on. And as you see, they're shuffling. Now, Pine Prairie is shuffling some guys in and out right now. I think that they're going to have to keep an eye on that as the game wears on, with a lot of those linemen playing both ways.
Right. I think playing Ironman football, you'll see a lot of subs, but they don't have a very big team on Pine Prairie. You see 1/3 of their team is on the field at a time. They'll hand off. And that is Ahmad Fontenot, stopped in the backfield by Mike Mitchell. Mitchell, 5'10", 210.
Mitchell hits just now like he was 6'2", 245. He laid some wood right there. He came up from that linebacker spot that he was in on the outside right there and had some pop.
And it's 3rd and 9 with 17 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Let's see if Ardawan takes the snap. He hands off. Coming right side is Sims, and he's bottled up in the backfield. Good gang tackling there, but he's brought down by number 9, Zeke Marchese.
That's the end of the first quarter, and the Panthers are going to be coming back out to start the second quarter, kicking the ball with their punter's heels in their own end zone. It's a dangerous spot to be in to start the second quarter.
After the first, Rebels leading 7-6.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
Pine Prairie is in a terrible situation to start the second quarter, and he somehow is able to get that punt off, and it will be down. Pearl River will take over inside the 10-yard line to start here the second quarter.
So we just talked about it, you know, had a bad feeling that this was going to be a spot that could turn things around right here. Pine Prairie was not in a good position, and they end up with what looks to be a 7-yard punt from out of the back of the end zone. So 1st and goal for the Rebels.
Yep, 1st and goal from about the 9-yard line. Pearl River looking to extend their lead. Jessup under center motion and handoff Moore left side before being brought down after a short gain by Gayton Shadrick.
Yeah, you know, again, that first drive we saw Pearl River kind of mix things up. We didn't see any mix in the second drive. They drove straight down the field running the football, and I don't think you're going to see very much creativity because it's not needed in this spot.
2nd and goal.
You're going to see Moore get the ball again.
6-yard line.
So 2nd and goal for the Rebels. Under center, Jessup takes the snap. Moore once again up the middle, and he kind of slipped and lost his feet there, but brought down by Shadrick once again. But it looked like had he kept his feet and not slipped there, he could have run straight through Shadrick.
Yeah, and look, I mean, you know, 3 yards. They're not gonna line up and kick a field goal here if they don't get 3 more yards right here. They got 2 plays to pick up these last 3 yards.
3rd and goal.
3rd down.
Bosch check back in next to Moore.
Handoff. There goes Elsonson up the middle for the Rebel touchdown. And nothing complicated.
Nope.
Just smash mouth football running through. They opened up a great hole.
They really did. And you had Moore and Bosch out there in front of Elsonson. And that's something we had mentioned before too, was mixing things up, but mixing it up in the running game, not getting cute with the passing game, going with what you're successful at. Look, since Coach Lab's been here, their formula's been simple, and it's been run the ball, and that's what they're doing right now.
Martinson will go back to attempt the extra point for the Rebels. Jessup to hold. Snap is back, down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:37 to go in the half, the Pearl River Rebels lead 14-6. Martinson to kick it off following the Rebel touchdown. It's 14-6. See Sims and Malvo back deep, and this one low line drive bounces back, and it's still on the ground before being picked up by Sims. And Sims will be brought down by Jacob Wiedemann.
I tell you what, I know it's a broken record right now. I'm very impressed special teams by Pearl River. You know, that's another kickoff in some suspect weather conditions, and you've got Pine Prairie taking over back behind their own 20-yard line to start this drive.
And that's what you were saying earlier. You know, we know they're both going to run the ball. And the winner of this game will be who can dominate the special teams.
Right.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ardoin under center. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, option pitched out, mishandled, and Ardoin has to drop onto the ball.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I was in high school, we ran the option. And one of the things that I was told as a young teenage quarterback in high school was when you're within the 20-yard line or inside the 20-yard line, and especially in these kind of conditions, you're not pitching the football. And that's exactly right there.
And, I mean, he put a lot on that pitch, too. It bounced clean off the chest of Shadrick.
Yeah, that's a really difficult thing. It seems so easy, and it's not. You know, you got to keep the right distance between the running back and the quarterback, and in these conditions, that's hard to do.
2nd and long. They'll hand it off up the middle before being brought down by a host of Rebels. On that carry was the fullback, Clint Grazer.
So you run that pitch, and you're not successful. You put the ball on the ground, and then as head coach, you know, you start to think, okay, that's not a play. I'm pulling back out inside my own 10 right now. So now you go with dive, and, you know, right now, Pearl River's doing a good job against the dive and pick up 1 yard. And now you're looking at 3rd and 12 from deep in your own territory for the Panthers.
3rd and long for the Panthers. Looking to get something going offensively. Ardoin takes the snap. He'll pitch it out to Sims. Sims breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, breaks 3 before being brought down over there by Cameron Hart. But he just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
So now you got,
well, he'll gain about 2.
Yeah.
But it's still 4th and 10.
Yeah, he just got back to the original line of scrimmage. So 4th and 10, you're going to see the punt team, and again, all eyes will be on the snap here and what kind of a punt they can get off.
And this is where those wet ball drills come into play that you try to do during practice for situations like this. They seem annoying when you do them, but they're very important, and that's a low snap, but it'll get the punt will get away, and Doff lets it go, and it will roll down to the Pearl River 41.
I'm going to tell you what, Doff lets it go, and it takes a good bounce for the Panthers. But you know what? That was still the right decision by Doff right there. The risk versus reward of trying to field that ball in these wet conditions is just not worth it. You know, a 15-yard bounce at this point in time is not worth risking a possible turnover and setting things up with a short field for the Panthers right now. Smart decision right there by the senior.
8:16 to go here in the half. Doff lining up to the bottom of your screen. Jessup will take the snap, dropping, rolling, right side. He'll look to pass, and he'll keep it himself, keeping it on the ground, running, and before being forced out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, and he laid a pretty good lick on that Pine Prairie player.
Yeah, Damon Malvo was trying to get an angle to force Jessup to the sideline, and Jessup decided he wasn't really interested in the sideline. He was more interested in laying a pop down on the defensive back.
And we'll step away for the injury timeout. After the injury timeout, 2nd and 5 for the Rebel offense.
Rebels to the line.
Moore by himself in the backfield. Jessup will hand off, and after the motion, hand it off to Guideman, who takes it over left side, and he'll get about a 4-yard gain, which will bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Sims was a big play right there, because if Guideman was able to get past Sims, he had a lot more running room out in front of him.
Now it's looking at like 3rd and 2 for the Pearl River offense. 7:37 remaining here in the second quarter. Jessup under center, only Moore back there with him, awaiting the play call. They tried that hard count, nobody jumped for Pine Prairie.
Jessup and company coming to the line.
Jessup awaiting that call from the sideline. He brings it in. Motion coming, and handoff Moore up the middle. He'll get the first down.
Feet moving. Looks like they're going to mark it about the 49-yard line. So tell me what it is.
First down for the Rebels.
That's a nice shot by Moore right there, and a really nice shot by that Pearl River offensive line. They really opened up just enough room for him to get, and look at 3 straight running plays, but the first 2 was a designed sprint out run for Jessup, and then we saw Guterman carry. So you got a fresh Moore on 3rd down, and he's not going to get stopped very often when he's fresh on 3rd down and short.
Especially running behind that big offensive line. They average 275 in weight. Handoff Moore again, left side. He has a big hole to run through once again.
Again, that hole was gaping at the point of contact, and that was a linebacker that they didn't quite reach. But, I mean, that's a huge hole for him to run through.
He gained about 7 on the run. So second and 3. They have Moore. They check Bosch back into the game as well. They'll hand it off. Excuse me. It's taken up the middle by Jessup, and that'll be another Pearl River first down as they continue to march down the field.
Yeah, that offensive line is starting to really win the battle at the point of attack right there, and they're moving the ball with ease.
And while we are seeing a good bit of subs from Pine Prairie, they have a lot of guys, as we said, going both ways. And at this point, you wouldn't expect them to be getting gassed, here mid-second quarter, but it's kind of showing as the Pearl River offensive line is pretty much eating their lunch.
Yeah, they really are. And I think they're doing some substitutions, but it's the same 2 guys kind of popping in and out.
And the ball is on the ground, but it is scooped up there by Elsonson. Little miscommunication on the handoff there.
Yeah. Back to what you were saying about the line over there for Pine Prairie. We have seen every 2 plays, I guess, they'll run 2 guys in, but it appears to be 2 guys, really like a 6-man committee, I guess, on that front line. And I just don't know if that's going to be enough. As you look down the line on their sideline, not only are there not a lot of extra white jerseys, but there's some smaller kids down there. Those are some underclassmen.
Handoff. They'll go with the fullback up the middle before being brought down by Sims. That was Stoddard on the run.
So Pearl River continues to mix things up right here at their running backs. We've seen really all 3, Moore, Stoddard, and Elsonson with positive runs.
3rd and 4 for Pearl River, trying to get Pine Prairie to jump off. Didn't get them that time. And they have 2 wide receivers lined up wide on this set. You have Stoddard and Moore in the backfield, motion coming. And they'll go Moore left side, and he'll be hit immediately and brought down by Clint Grazer. Clint Grazer along with Corinne Anderson.
That's going to bring up decision-making time here
Timeout on the
for
field.
Coach
I believe
Lab
it's
with
a
fourth
humidity
and
timeout.
about, I'd say about 3, a long 3.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads,
And
the homecoming
we have a
tickets.
timeout on the field. So with 4:29 remaining in the half, Pearl River leads
Got about
14 to
4:29 before
6.
halftime.
So on 4th and 3 after the timeout, Pearl River is going for it. Is Bosch and Moore in the backfield. Jessup takes the snap, handoff, Moore left
Kicks
side,
away.
and he will, well, it looks close.
And looks like
And awaiting the referee's
Did we get
signal
it, folks?
here.
looks like we may have a measurement.
And they say first
And it
down
is
for the
first
Rebels.
down for
Moore
the Rebels.
powers it
Right
over
inside
left
the
side.
24-yard line.
Just as I was about to say, you may see them open up the playbook here and look to pass the ball, or I was thinking they would possibly sprint Jessup out again. That's why Coach Lab calls plays and not us. Go with Moore.
Go with Moore, stick with what you're good at.
Absolutely. And what they're good at is by himself again in the backfield. We got a flag.
Flag on
Yellow
the play.
hanky down.
Illegal substitution.
We'll have an illegal
We have
substitution
too many
called on Pearl
Rebels
River.
on the field.
Ball that will bring them back 5 yards. It looked like the whole team was coming over to talk to the coach, but then they'll head right back out. I wasn't sure if a timeout was called or
Yeah, I
not.
thought he might be taking a second, burning another timeout there, but
Rebels to the line.
Jessup
Panthers
under
did
center,
win.
more motion coming. He's rolling out to his right side, pressure coming, looking downfield. It's caught by Al
Inside the
Doff,
9-yard line.
their leading receiver.
First and goal, Rebels.
well, that looks like right there, that's their bread and butter play out of the passing game. They sprint Jessup out, and he's not a bad athlete at all. He's got some legs on him. We saw him make a big run earlier. I think that it gives him a little option there to keep the ball safely, and he feels like they'll pick up 5 yards if he doesn't throw it. And then on that one, Dolph gets open, and it's nice when you got a 6'3" receiver downfield right there to throw the ball up to.
Yeah, Dolph, their center on the basketball team here. All you really have to do is float it up to him, and he'll win that jump ball.
Inside about
Absolutely.
the 8-yard line.
Moore and Bosch in the backfield. Jessup will hand it off to Elsonson,
Right side.
and he's brought down over there by Causey.
Staying on the stop right there.
So it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Causey.
Like to see some good sportsmanship mixed in right there. Causey on the tackle, and Elsonson ends up on top of him, and as he gets up, he extends his hand to help Causey up. These two teams familiar after playing last year. Good to see that kind of sportsmanship between the two.
Handoff, left side, Stoddard.
Moving inside.
And Stoddard will be brought down by Durgeon along with Ahmad Fontenot.
So you got
Looks like we're
third and
on
about
the 2.5
4 right
yard line.
here, and we've had 3 plays in a row where Courtney Moore has not touched the ball. So
you have
I'll
Courtney
go
Moore
with our
fresh.
prediction,
Go,
yeah,
go,
is that
Rebel.
Courtney Moore is going to get his hands on the football right here and have an opportunity to tack on another touchdown.
They have Elsonson, Moore, and Bosch all in the backfield. Lined up for Pearl River, 2:18 till half. Handoff, Moore, and he'll be bottled up almost immediately.
Does get stopped at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked
Stopped
up
at the
1
line of
yard.
scrimmage by number 61, Dylan Chappelle.
Chappelle, number 61.
So 4th
This
down
one on the stop.
for Pearl River, and it looks like Martinson is coming on to attempt the field goal. 1:52 remaining in the half.
Hunter Martinson, number 11, to do the kick.
And again, Coach Lab is confident in his special teams unit right here.
Jessup with a holder.
Snap back, ball down. Martinson kick is up and hits the upright. No good
There's no good.
on the field goal attempt.
So the Panthers defense bends but don't break. Take over on downs. The Rebels will return.
Another nice drive right there by Pearl River. Doesn't end up in points, but they sucked up most of the time left in this game, and you missed that field goal, but Pine Prairie's taken over once again deep in their own territory.
Deep in their territory, and we've seen them make critical mistakes in their own territory.
Yeah, and you know, just a few minutes ago on their last possession, when they were deep back here, they had that pitch that they nearly fumbled and gave away. And you saw them get very cautious in their play calling. And I think that you'll probably see that here in this last 121. They're really fortunate that Pearl River didn't come away with points just now, and they're only down 14-6.
1st and 10, drive will start from their own 20-yard line. Ardawan breaks the huddle and gets his team to the line of scrimmage. Ardawan taking the snap, handing off Sims. He's bottled up. Excuse me, that is Grazer, and he's bottled up in the backfield.
Rebel defense. That's 11-on-1 right there, folks.
He's brought down by a host of Rebels there, including number 25, Matthew Elsonson, playing both ways.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about earlier the big play that Pine Prairie had to start off the game. Really, since that point, and that drive did end up in a touchdown, but it took several plays to put together a drive. And since that point, Pearl River has clearly made an adjustment, and they are stifling this running attack from Pine Prairie.
So 2nd and 11 for Pine Prairie. Ardawan calls for it, hands off Sims. And he'll be brought down. Gain of maybe 2 or 3.
Timeout called by
and timeout
Rebels.
is called by Pearl River. So with 26 seconds remaining in the half, Rebels leading 14-6. After the timeout, 26 seconds remaining on the clock. Pine Prairie has the ball. It's 3rd and 7. They'll pitch it out to Sims. Sims coming near sideline, and he'll be dropped by Devin Hart. The clock is still running.
Sims stopped by a nice drag down.
I'm not sure if the clock started on time right there. On
it did. When I looked, when I looked back up, it was at 26 seconds. When I looked back up, it was at like 24.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it started, but
and we have another timeout as on the field. So 17 seconds remaining. Pearl River leading 14-6. 17 seconds to go here in the half, and Elsonson is back very deep just in case Pine Prairie decides to throw the ball here. That's not really their forte, and it is pitched out to Sims, taking it right side, and he'll be dragged down over there by Rudy Crawford.
Now the clock stopped again just now.
And the Panthers will call another timeout. So with 10 seconds remaining, Rebels lead 14-6. So that brings up 2nd and 5 after the timeout. 10 seconds remaining here, and Elsonson is back there deep just in case Pine Prairie decides to throw it. But they are a run team. Yep, and there goes the pitch out to Sims, coming near side, and he'll be brought down by number 10, Ethan Martinson.
You got a flag coming in from the back, Judge, and they're probably going to get Pearl River on a face mask right there.
Yeah, and you see it from the white hat, motioning for it. 2.5 seconds on the clock.
2.5.
It's going to give them 15 more yards.
And here's the call from the white hat. Personal foul, face mask on Pearl River. So right you are. And that will get 15 extra yards and the first down for Pine Prairie. But they'll have one play here.
Yeah, and now I wouldn't be as surprised to see them put the ball in the air possibly on this play just because.
No.
It's halftime.
And it's halftime. The clock runs out.
And once the ball is set.
So at halftime, Pearl River leads 14-6. And Caleb Dupway to kick this one off to start the second half for Pine Prairie. He'll kick it off. Back to deep to receive for Pearl River is Doth along with Zeke Marcasey.
Come on, your
Back
Pages
there,
Valley
kick.
gotta holler.
Up, it is
Underway.
short, and it'll be picked, and Courtney Moore drops it, but he's able to pick it up, bringing it to the middle.
Courtney
Still has
Moore
room, and he's brought down
got to the 40-yard
over
line
there
with
by
21.
J.J. Sims.
It's nice to have the second leading rusher in the North Shore as one of your up-backs on the kickoff team.
Some of
So
our third quarter
it doesn't go
sponsors tonight
to
are
the two deep
Rizzolo,
guys, but it goes into the able hands of Moore. Even though he mishandled it initially, he still was able to pick up some positive yards there. Very good field position to start things off here in the second half for the Rebels.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
So the Rebels will have the ball
Doth
right
and
at the 40-yard
Elsenson
line.
are out at receiver. Elsenson to the top of your screen. Doth just out of frame to the bottom. You have the big backs in for Pearl River. Bosch back there. Handoff. Moore heading left side, and
Moore
he'll be brought down
gets back to about the line
for
of scrimmage.
no gain over there by Sims.
You see the Panthers look well rested. They have a little bit more spring in their step here on that defensive line to start the second half. You saw them push that big offensive line of Pearl River back. They won the battle at the line of scrimmage on that play. They were able to bottle up more there.
That brings up 2nd and 9 for Pearl River. Elsenson and Moore now in the backfield. And it'll be handoff. Elsenson up the middle.
Elsenson picks his way
He's
about
brought
the
down
40
over there
yard line.
by 13, Gayton Shadrick.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Long 3 for the Rebels here. I'm sorry, 4th.
No, they need to
it
change
does
that down
say,
box.
yeah,
It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd. That's what I thought.
Play coming in from Jessup. And it's just Moore back there on 3rd down. 3rd and long 3 motion from Stoddard, but they hand it off up the middle. Moore, and he's fighting his way and pushed back and brought down over there by number 66, Alex Causey.
Yeah, and even with that, that's a good spot, and we're sitting right here. We can see it. It's the right spot. They're just barely shy. It's going to be 4th and
inches.
Yeah, literally 3 or 4 inches.
So what are you thinking here? Quarterback sneak
Yeah,
with Jessup?
so they were successful with it earlier.
And we'll have a official timeout.
All right,
And
we're gonna start on the,
now back at it, 4th and inches.
I don't know what the miscommunication was there, but that hurts Pearl River. They were at the line, ready to pop very quickly and get that. I would think it was going to be a sneak. This gives Pine Prairie at least a chance to line up.
They used that hard count trying to get them off sides. It didn't work there. So Jessup taking the snap. He'll keep it himself, and he will get the first down.
Strong running by that young man, straight up the middle. Right,
a gain
Mr.
of
Overforce,
about
number
4.
So just as we said on 1st down that it appeared the line of scrimmage battle was won by Pine Prairie on that 4th down, we all just saw the big boys up front for Pearl River plow the way, and they easily picked up 2 yards more than the 4 inches they needed.
And we'll take an injury timeout. After the injury timeout, it is 1st and 10 for Pearl River, following that Jessup keeping it on the sneak. He's rolling out right side. He'll keep it himself, running with it, and he'll be brought down over there by number 43, Caleb Dupuy. That's also the kicker.
Yeah, look, Pearl River does a really nice job with that play. That's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen it, and Jessup looks like, from our angle here, that he has the option to either try and pick up Doth downfield, or if he sees running room, to take advantage of it. And he's made the right decision every time they've ran that play. He's picked up positive yards a couple of times. They had a big reception also.
And he's a tough kid. I mean, he's listed here at 5'8", 135, but, he's not afraid to get in there and lay a lick too.
Yep.
And he's not afraid of contact.
He certainly is not.
Jessup taking the snap, handing off Stoddard. Stoddard had a hole, but he's bottled up by Gayton Shadrick.
That was a nice tackle by Shadrick right there, because Stoddard picked up a pretty full head of steam right there as he hit the hole.
That'll bring up 4th and short. Third and short for Pearl River.
Bring up 3rd down for the Rebels.
under center. Jessup hands off to Moore up the middle, and it looks like he will get the first down. It'll be very close. Looks like he'll get it, though. He was brought down there
It is a first down for the
by
Rebels.
Clint Grazer.
And again, we're seeing Pearl River mix it up in the running game, keeping more fresh for those third down
Don't
carries.
forget, if you need those home,
And
you
it's
can come and
been
take it.
successful
Can't get it in
almost
there.
every time they've tried it on third down, where they keep him fresh and hand it off to him.
Last call for those tickets. Down
Yeah,
by
they've
the
done a
front
good
desk,
job
front
tonight
gate,
of
front area, ticket booth.
play calling. They've had a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. That was 3rd and 1. They had the 4th and inches, and Coach Lapp's done a good job of pulling the right chords.
Full house backfield handoff to Elsenson, and he'll be German suplexed down by Darnell Durgin.
Yeah, he tried to spin move there at the end right as he got bottled up, and it turned into him getting planted down pretty hard, but not after a nice gain right there.
Second down.
Second and a long 6 to
time.
go for Pearl River. 7:20 on the clock here in the third quarter, trying that hard count again, trying to draw them off sides. And they've been pretty disciplined tonight, that defensive line of Pine Prairie.
They have.
Handoff Moore up the middle, and he's
couple more
bottled
tough
up.
yards
He's
by
able to
that young
stretch
man.
that frame for a couple more yards. Brought down by Grazer along with Colby Leggett.
You know, what we're seeing right here is a methodical drive, though, by Pearl River. They're eating up some clock time. They're moving the football. They're keeping this Pine Prairie defense, which initially looked fresh to start the second half, out on the field for a long time. And you're starting to kind of see already early in the third quarter, well, midway almost through the third quarter, that Pine Prairie looks like they're starting to wear down a little bit again.
Third and 4 for Pearl River. And once again, you see 3rd and 4, only Moore there in the backfield. Motion coming. They'll hand it off to Moore, going right side, has a good hole. And he is brought down by Shadrick. But it is a Pearl River first down.
Yeah, nice job by Moore again there in the offensive line, picking up another first down.
And tick, 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 tick. They are eating a lot of clock.
Absolutely.
Already down to midway here in the third quarter. Jessup telling his offensive lineman the play, making an adjustment, and this should be a heat and humidity break. So midway through the third quarter, Pearl River leads 14-6. 5:56 to go in the third. Jessup takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Stoddard, rumbling through, gaining some extra yards and dragging Dupuy there before being brought down by the ankle.
Yeah, Stoddard is another one in the stable of these backs at Pearl River boasts, who's keeping all these legs fresh back there, just rotating carries between all these different guys, and that's been the name of the game for them thus far.
They continue to pound it, eating up another minute off the clock. Only Moore in the backfield this time. Motion coming, and they'll hand it off on that jet sweep there to Jacob Guideman. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5, or 3rd and a long 5.
This may be another opportunity where we see that sprint out play here.
4:48, and maybe this time you'll see the pass.
And this is a similar situation, similar spot in the field where they did actually connect with Doth. Yeah.
And they got him down to about the 4-yard line. And there it is, rolling out to his right, looking to square the shoulders, and he'll be sacked and brought down by Clint Grazer for the loss, bringing up 4th down for the Rebels.
Yeah, that was good penetration by the Panthers, but it was also a nice job by Isaiah Payne, who was in coverage on Doth, and Doth just simply wasn't open. You saw that Jessup had a second there. He squared his shoulders, and he made the right decision, honestly. I mean, maybe he could have tried to get the ball out of his hands and throw it away, but it was the right decision to not throw it up to Doth right there, probably, because he was blanketed by Isaiah Payne.
But they will go for it on 4th and long.
Rebels to the line.
With Moore in the backfield, dropping back, this time passing it up to Duff, and it's broken up
And intended for number 2.
over there
Strong.
by
Broken up
Isaiah
back there.
Payne.
That's a good job, back-to-back possessions right there by Isaiah Payne. And I think probably in between those two play
Payne,
calls, the
Isaiah
coaching
Payne on the
staff
breakup for the Panthers.
likely
So
advised
the Panther
Jessup
defense
this time
cannot
to just
bend
go
the
ahead and
ball
throw it
break.
up to Dolph and
Rebels
give him
will
a shot on
regroup
that
on
jump
defense.
ball, knowing that even though the coverage was good, he did have an advantage going up for that.
And he has about a 5-inch advantage height-wise
Right.
on Payne, but that really is a good job by Payne to break it up at the disadvantage.
Absolutely.
So turnover on downs brings up 1st and 10 for the Pine Prairie offense. Ardoin, motion in the backfield, pitch out to number 2, Darnell Durgin, and he
Durgin
will be
to
brought
block
down
number 2, stopped initially
for
by
no
63,
gain.
Dalton Hoover.
So it looks like Pine Prairie's now mixing up some of the carries in their backfield, but a nice job by that Pearl River defense. And again, the Pearl River defense, it's been about an hour since they've been on the field. So they showed those fresh legs getting themselves into the backfield right there. So we're starting to see that again. The legs of these offensive linemen and defensive linemen for Pine Prairie coming into play.
Yeah, Durgin, usually a cornerback. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Ardoin takes the snap, pitching out to Durgin once again, who has a lot of speed. A head full of steam. He'll get the first
Durgin
down.
Stopped by number 22.
Nice run. He hit the hole real hard that time. On the first pitch to Durgin, he looked like he was trying to get outside. There was just nowhere to go, and it's a smart decision right there to cut that one back inside. Pick up a nice gain there.
At the 35-yard line.
And J.J. Sims has checked back into the game. That's been more their feature back in this one. Play coming in from Ardoin.
Linebacker Cameron Hart with possibly a touchdown saving tackle right there.
A lot of linemen down there, and here goes Sims, right side, breaking through the line for a good gain of about 5.
So maybe a little bit of a few signs of life here in the running game for the Panthers, as while it has seemed, and it really has been a game that's been dominated on the ground by Pearl River, the score is still just 14-6, as they haven't been able to convert on those last 2 possessions inside their own red zone.
They are very much still in it, as much as it may seem that they're
Right.
not from the time of possession. Minute 48 to go here in the third. Ardoin pitching out. Here goes Durgin once again. Has a hole breaking through, and that's another first down for Darnell Durgin.
Stopped initially by number 54.
Yeah, we're starting to see
Prairie out there.
a little bit of confidence, a little bit of swagger back in this backfield now for the Panthers. They came out to start this game, popped that big run on the first play from scrimmage, and marched right down the field against the Rebels. Not unlike what we're seeing right here. They're mixing it up, and they're moving the ball.
Ardoin. Here goes Durgin once again. Finds a hole, still going, and looks to be another first down on that run near side for Durgin. Brought down by Elsenson.
And Cameron Hart on that play, who made, we talked about the touchdown saving play just a few plays ago, was in the backfield and had a shot at Durgin and just missed. Actually made contact and wasn't able to quite bring him down. Would have been a 2 or 3 yard loss.
And they say he was down short. That brings up 2nd and 1 for Pine Prairie. Snap, handed off to the big fullback who rumbles through the line, and that will be the first down. That's Clint Grazer on the carry for Pine Prairie.
So yeah, what we're seeing now is this defense that we just remarked was well rested and
fresh, ready to go.
Looked fresh and ready to go. They're kind of on their heels right now as the third quarter is winding down.
24 seconds to go here in the third. 1st and 10 at the 41. Pitching out, Durgin right side, and he'll be brought down in the backfield by Rudy Crawford.
That's a nice job of shedding the blocker right there by Crawford and making a tackle
Looks like we might have lost about a yard
for a
and half
loss.
on that one.
And that will end the third
that
quarter.
brings
We
into
head
the third
to the
quarter.
final
How
stanza.
about them
Pearl
Panthers? How
River
about them
leading
Rebels?
14-6.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
All right, starting off the fourth quarter, Ardoin takes the snap out to Durgin, who has seen a lot of success, and he drops the ball.
On the play.
And it will be
Now let's
a
see, folks. And the Rebels
first
have
down
recovered.
for Pearl River.
Boy, that is a killer for the Panthers. They had a lot of momentum, were really moving the ball well and put it on the ground right there. And, you know, if this drive right here by the Rebels is anything like the previous few, you know,
You could
they're
see a
gonna
good
eat
5-6
up,
minutes eating
they're
off the
gonna eat
clock.
up tons of clock. Let's see if the Rebels can take advantage here.
First and 10, 11:52. We just started the fourth quarter. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line.
And again, as we're watching, you only see about 4 guys come in from the sideline right here as replacements.
Ironman football, and we have a flag down as the handoff goes to Moore, and he's brought down by Causey.
To the 45-yard line. Illegal shift.
So an
against the
illegal
Rebels.
shift will be called on Pearl River.
That's the second time we've seen that tonight, so I can guarantee that will be something that the staff focuses these young men on this upcoming week.
And Pine Prairie had about a 3.5-hour drive to get here. They're trailing 14-6, but how much,
They'll back them up 5 yards.
if you're coaching on that opposing sideline, how much are you playing that up to your kids? It's a long ride home from here if we lose this one,
It
and we
definitely
don't
is.
fight back.
Yeah, it definitely is, and that ride only gets longer after a loss. And it's a fun ride, 3 fun hours on the way home after a victory. But
Handoff, Moore up the middle, has a good hole, breaks
Moore
through,
keeps his
and he
feet
has to
moving.
be,
And he does.
and it's a fight to get him
about
down
the
by 3
45-yard line.
Pine
He's
Prairie
brought down at the
players.
45.
I don't know if it was
The
before he
three,
was down or
number
not,
43
but
initially
Moore
on
had
the
the ball
stop
stripped
for
from
the
him
Panthers.
as he was going down to the ground. Pearl River player was able to bounce on top of it. You know, all you got to do is look to the near sideline here and ask these guys what kind of a ride home it was last year when Pearl River played at Pine Prairie and lost by 1
Also,
in a shootout. So they would love nothing more to return the favor to the Panthers tonight.
3rd and 6. Excuse me, 2nd and 6 for Pearl River. Jessup handing off Stoddard, coming near sideline, and he stays in and is forced out near the 40, about the 49-yard line. And that'll bring up third and about 2.
Yeah, Stoddard looked fresh. Stoddard does play every now and then at linebacker for the Rebels as well, but he spent most of his time on offense today, and he had a little pep in his step on that carry. So we're looking at 3rd and short, which is where Pearl River likes to be.
Elsonson checked into the game now at running back here on 3rd and short.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
But Moore is alone in the backfield here on 3rd and short.
Viewing of tonight's game.
But Jessup will keep it himself, and
Jessup
it
on a quarterback keep.
looks like he's still up, still
There's no
fighting, and
whistle.
he is
Wow.
brought
He was
down.
in downside the
And that is
44-yard line.
textbook. They say play to the whistle.
First
Absolutely.
down, Rebels.
And
Got a
Jessup kept
little-
going.
Got a little play after the whistle right now. I'll tell you what, you were talking about it earlier. Jessup's 135 pounds. Normally when you see teams with a lot of confidence running quarterback sneaks, you got a Ben Roethlisberger who's 6'4", 230 back there who can help push the line. And this kid's
They have him listed at 5'8", 135.
Yeah, it's sopping wet, so maybe he's carrying 138 right now out
Right.
there. But, I mean, he does a great job of getting low and picking up just enough yardage.
1st and 10, Jessup takes the snap, hands off Elsenson up the middle, and he'll gain about 5 yards on the carry.
You know, another thing that shouldn't be lost on everybody is that Jessup is the second string backup quarterback here. A lot of times, you don't get a lot of reps in practice when you're the backup, and I know that he's been the starting quarterback for a couple of weeks now, but he's not playing like a backup quarterback. He's got a lot of moxie out there, and he's doing a great job.
Jessup takes the snap. It's sent up the middle.
Straight up the middle.
As
right about the 37-yard line.
Rumble for a few there.
Also,
you mentioned in the halftime break, they are very experienced up front, but a lot of their skill guys, including Jessup, are young sophomores.
Yeah.
Juniors who maybe didn't play last year.
Right.
And including they were starting Justin Dean, who was a sophomore as well.
Right. Yeah, Dean started for them as a freshman last year. And Courtney Moore's only a junior. He's not a senior either. So they've got a nice mix of young guys on this Pearl River team.
3rd and 3, Moore blown up immediately. He'll get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a half a yard. So that brings up 4th down for Pearl River.
This is a little bit longer than they probably would like to see for that sneak. So I would anticipate either Moore off tackle or possibly seen a lot of success with that sprint out play.
You have,
although
Doth is lined
on the
up
short side of the field, so I don't anticipate that happening here.
Doth to the bottom of your screen.
Timeout.
And timeout on the field. So with 8:28 remaining in the 4th, Pearl River leads 14-6.
I think there's just a timeout. Number 84 for Pearl River, Bradley James, was having a problem with his helmet or with his chin strap.
So he's replaced
by Ethan Levy, another sophomore.
4th and 4, or a long 3. Jessup trying to draw him off. New play coming in from the sidelines. Jessup, motion from Stoddard. Handoff Moore up the middle, trying to bounce it right side. Has room, bouncing it out. He will go all the way in for the touchdown. Courtney Moore.
I'll tell you what, that was an impressive run. Anybody who's watching this right now, zip that one back for a second and watch it again, because Moore was bottled up at the point of contact. It looked like he was not even going to pick up the first down and bounce it outside, and that was a great run by Courtney Moore.
Coaches say it all the time, you can't coach heart. You have it or you don't. And Courtney Moore showing, breaking a 1st, 2nd, 3rd tackle, making something out of nothing.
Absolutely.
And getting it in.
And again, you said it when they got the ball back. They ate up, 4, almost 5 minutes right there of clock time.
Martinson's kick is up, and the extra point is good. So with 7:46 remaining in the 4th quarter, Pearl River leads 21-6. And following the Pearl River touchdown, Martinson to kick it off for the Rebels, booting it downfield, and it's botched by Shadrick, and he'll be brought down in special teams once again, Bill.
Shadrick did not look comfortable back there, fielding that ball, especially once it hit the ground, and Jacob Gudeman and a couple other guys were right on top of him as soon as he picked up that ball. And yeah, we talked about, kicking game was going to be a swing in this one, and it certainly has been.
It's usually Sims and Malvo back there, and they decided to sub Shadrick back there. He's had a busy night. His jersey shows it.
Yeah, and Sims and Malvo haven't really had a break, so it may have been, you know what, we need to give these guys a quick breather. This is the only opportunity to do it. But here we go again with them really backed up. Looks like they're on their own 9.
1st and 10 from the 9, 7:40 remaining here in the 4th. Ardawan will hand it off. We'll pitch it back to Sims. Sims taking it left side, and he'll be brought down over there by Rudy Crawford along with Cameron Hart.
Yeah, another good job on the outside by the Pearl River defense. And it looked like, I believe it was Ethan Martinson who kept contained and forced him back inside, allowing them to make a play. They really, aside from that first play of the game, have done a great job of adjusting. They haven't let any of those Panther backs who are fast not get outside of container.
Ardoin calls for it, taking it. Here's Sims coming near side, and he's bottled up. Cameron Hart is there to put a stop to the play.
Yeah, the Rebels are feeling it right now. They can sense with that last touchdown, putting them up by 2 scores, that if they can pin the Panthers back right here, they're going to come close to shutting the door on this one.
So 3rd and 10 for Pine Prairie, and there's 6.5 minutes left here. Pearl River's leading 21-6. These offenses, these ground and pound offenses, aren't built to come back.
Yeah, they're not. And Pearl River has at least shown that they can throw the ball a little bit if needed, but the Panthers haven't even attempted a pass yet.
Durgeon
Flag on the play.
on the run, but there's a flag down.
Durgeon on the carry, number 2.
You know, as a coach in this situation, when you know you're not built to throw the football, you're forced to make a decision here. Do you continue to run it where you know that you're likely not going to have enough time to put 2 touchdowns on the board, or do you try and throw it where you also likely know you never do it, there's a really good chance you're going to turn the ball over and put the game out of reach. So,
And the chop block penalty is declined. But as you were saying, if you don't do it often, you risk the mistake of, turning it over, making a big mistake.
right.
But what else do you do in this situation? We'll have a heat and humidity timeout, 21-6. Pearl River leading with 5:59 to go here in the 4th. And the snap goes through the punter's hands. Dupuy, very low punt, gets it. It will roll back, and it will be downed at about the 44-yard line. So Pearl River will have very good field position on what very well could be a final drive. Yeah. As we've seen them run at 5:48 left on the clock. We've seen them run that amount off the clock.
Absolutely.
In drives tonight. 21-6, Pearl River is leading.
This Pine Prairie defense is gassed, though. I would not be surprised to see Pearl River pop another big one, possibly put 6 or 7 more on the board in a hurry, while they would be just as content to grind out the last 5:48. I'm sure they'll take another 6 or 7 as well.
Jessup under center, Bosch and Moore in the backfield on first down. He'll hand it off to Moore, bouncing it out left side, breaking a tackle. And we've seen it over and over again. Great second effort from Courtney Moore.
You just said it on a touchdown run. You can't measure hard, and that's what's pumping him through right now.
That'll bring up 2nd and along for Pearl River. They're taking their time here. The clock is their friend. Just let it run. 5:20 to go.
And Pearl River does a really good job of managing the carries for Moore. We talked about he's 305 yards in 2 games on 20 carries per game, or average of 40 carries, and he's probably right around that 20 carry mark right now.
Motion from Stoddard. Jessup hands off Moore, left side again. And he's upended over there by Ahmad Fontenot. It looks like he'll be just short of the first down.
And, by keeping Moore from having to carry the ball 28, 30, 32 times a game, when you're in this position now with right around 4 minutes left, you can feel confident handing the ball off to him. That we haven't seen back-to-back plays where Moore has carried very often in this game. Only once or twice has he gotten the call consecutively. They've mixed it up a lot. Now they're going to the horse right now.
They're trying to catch him off guard, trying to use that hard count to draw him off sides. Real play coming in. Jessup putting Stoddard in motion. Handoff Moore again up the middle, barreling up, and that will be the first down for the Rebels.
I tell you what, to give Pine Prairie some credit right here, when you get tired is when you make mistakes. And this defensive line / offensive line has been on the field for the entire night, and they have played very soundly. They may not have the effort required now to make some of these plays with some fresher bodies in front of them, but they're not jumping. This is the time where you would expect for them to actually jump off sides and give up some cheap yards, and they're really not.
Very disciplined.
Yes.
Jessup taking his time on the play, letting that play clock run down. Now about 10 seconds left. Jessup will hand off to Stoddard going right side, and there's a flag down on the play.
Flag on the play.
And there's another example of Jessup being real savvy for a quote-unquote backup sophomore quarterback, managing the game appropriately with under 4 minutes to go, not rushing at the line of scrimmage, taking his time. There's no play clock out here that he can see, but he's keeping an eye on that back judge. You can see when that hand goes up. He has not snapped the ball prior to that hand going up, letting him know that there's under 10 seconds on the play clock.
And that was a holding call on Pearl River. So that'll bring up 1st and 20 for the Rebels. And Elsinson and Moore in the backfield. Clock running, and Jessup once again waiting on that back judge. 3:25 to go. Hand is up. Jessup under center. Handoff Elsinson coming near side off tackle. And he'll be brought down by J.J. Sims.
And you'll also see smart running right now. Smart play calling, obviously, but smart running by the backs for Pearl River. They're not trying to pick up extra yards and get cute on the outside and putting themselves in a position where they might get knocked out of bounds. They're staying in the middle of the field and they're continuing to let that clock run. Good job right there by Elstonson, and equally good job by Moore on those past couple of carries by him as well.
Under 3 minutes to go. Doth heading to the top of your screen. 2nd and about 12 for the Rebels. As they continue to allow the clock to run. Jessup handing off Elstonson straight up the middle this time. And he will be brought down.
They're going to mark it officially. We're at the 20.
Be brought down by Clint Grazer along with Dylan Chappelle.
We're getting close to the 2-minute mark here.
So 3rd down, 3rd and about along 6.
This is a big game for both these teams. Both of them are coming in today 1-1, and that's, week 3 is when you're 1-1. It's a huge game to be able to get on top and have a winning record.
And that time they catch him.
Finally got him.
As Corinne Anderson jumps offside for Pine Prairie, and we're under 2 minutes.
And that's huge. You're finally, if you're Pine Prairie, I know that there's just under 2 minutes left, but you got them in a 3rd and long. You got a possibility here of stopping them and maybe getting the ball back without giving anything up, and you jump off sides and give Pearl River 3rd and 2 or 3, which they feasted on that thus far tonight.
3rd and 3. Clock running, 1:37 left on the clock.
And that's the other thing that penalty does, is that actually ate up more clock.
And that time it looked like false start on Pearl River.
Flag on the play.
The receiver out there, Bradley James, got a little overzealous.
Yeah, he did. But under 1.5 minutes now left to play.
So 3rd and long, and we'll have a timeout called on the field. So with 1:22 remaining in the 4th, Pearl River leads 21-6. Following the timeout, it's 3rd and about 7 for Pearl River. 1:22 to go. Jessup under center. He'll hand off to Moore going right side, and he'll be wrestled down over there by Clint Grazer and Keaton Shadrick, whose names we've heard a lot tonight.
Yeah.
And another timeout is called by Pine Prairie. So with 1:06 to go here in the game, Pearl River leads 21-6. So on 4th down, it looks like Pearl River will go for it with 1:06 left in this one. Awaiting the call from the sideline, tried to get Pine Prairie to jump. No one did. Jessup tried it again. Now another play being signed in.
He's going to go this time.
Jessup gets it hands off up the middle.
Moore.
It's going to be really
and
close.
Moore is brought down. It'll be very close, and I don't think he got it.
The way they're marking it, it looks like he did not get it.
So we're awaiting the official call. Under a minute to go. Measurement, and they will bring out the chains here to measure it.
You know, it's really hard from the opposite side of the field to tell, but it would look like from our vantage point that they did not quite pick it up. We shall see.
We shall see here.
All right, folks, let's all lean that way, see if we got it.
And it looks short. Yeah. Short, so like turnover on downs. Pine Prairie will have 57 seconds to do something.
Yeah, and, you know, we've been talking about it in timeouts, you and I, to see if they do have a passing play call in their arsenal that they're going to throw out there right now.
So we're under a minute. Who do your game balls go to?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, J.J. Sims and Darnell Durgeon have both pretty much been on the field the entire time for Pine Prairie. They've done a very good job. And then on the other side of the field for Pearl River, it's kind of hard not to give it to Courtney Moore. Although, you know, they've played a very complete game as a team tonight. You know, they've done a really good job, the Rebels have, especially considering these conditions.
So 57 seconds to go. Ardoin under center. And he'll drop back to pass. The elusive pass is complete to J.J. Sims. And he'll be brought down over there by Rudy Crawford along with Ethan Martinson.
So good job of that pass real quick in the flat. Now, it looked to me that he did pick up the first down. They called timeout because he did not get out of bounds. They were stopping the clock to move the change, but it would have started again immediately. So Pine Prairie does burn a timeout right there.
With 44 seconds to go, Pearl River leads 21-6. 44 seconds to go. That first down on that pass to Sims. And Pine Prairie, Ardoin under center. He'll pass again, dropping back, and he will be sacked down by Zachary Ussery.
Zachary Ussery, another 10th grader, making a big play for these Rebels. We've talked about that a little bit during tonight's game. They've got some big play capability from some of the underclassmen, particularly these 10th graders.
And a timeout called on the field, so 35 seconds remaining in the game. Pearl River leads 21-6. And dropping back, Ardoin will float it out, and it's caught by Sims. And he'll be brought down by Hart. So he floated.
He did float that out, you know, but you can do that when Pearl River is playing 20 yards deep in the secondary. As you saw them coming up quick right there. Crawford was closing, but he was playing so deep to start off with.
Here's the final play of the game. Dropping back, Ardoin will run it himself, and he will be dragged down by number 70, Ray Godan. And there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, Mike Mitchell was also in on that play with Godan. Does look like it's going to be a defensive penalty.
One on time down, I believe.
So they're saying personal foul. It's a face mask on the Rebels.
So
there'll be one untimed down
the
for the Pine Prairie Panthers here. I mean, looking for a shot at the end zone. And major prevent back here for Pearl River.
Yeah,
So
I'm
this should be
anticipating
it,
we're going to
folks.
see a jump ball right here, which anything could happen on.
Ardawan with a loaded backfield. Ardawan takes a snap, dropping back, pressure coming, gets away from it, will run it, and still on his feet before sliding down, being tackled by Matthew Elsonson, and that will do it.
And that's
Pearl
the ball
River
game.
will win the game 21-6, move on to 2-1. Pine Prairie falls to 1-2. So let's take a second to thank those who helped bring you this game, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Fols, our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Swang, cameraman, editor, and coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Rave Williams, sideline cam, Rhett Sharp, on color commentary tonight, Bill Gallagher. So from Rebel Stadium, where Pearl River defeats Pine Prairie 21-6, my name is Grant Yenny. Good night. You are now leaving the Prep Zone.